Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview, September 29th, 2015, on a Tuesday for our NFP week. End of the quarter, end of the month coming up this week. What a crazy market we have going. Looking forward to it. It's stormy weather out there. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches. Unfortunately, I will not be going to the gazebo today. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. All right, let's get started. Got a lot to talk about today. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I do record this during the Asia session, so these charts might look different from what you have, depending on what time you look at it. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, came to Thailand 9 days later for a 3-month holiday. Well, it's 8 years later, and I'm still in Thailand. Absolutely loving trading in Asia, loving living in Thailand. It's really a great place to retire, and just doing it. Trading every day. I don't know. It's invigorating. It's exciting. It's fun. My first career was exciting and adrenaline rush. My second career, my second part of my life is an adrenaline rush and quite adventurous, to say the least. So I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities on my side of the trade that I can get a W in the win column. And no, I don't win every trade. And, you know, it's just working with fundamentals and technicals and putting it all together and hopefully coming out with a winning trade plan and a winning trade. And if you lose it, good money management shouldn't bother you. Just move on to the next trade. All right, let's get moving. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's sit on over to news and commentary. Well, the markets really took a nosedive, both in the Euro markets and the U.S. markets. The U.S. 30 closed negative 1.92%. The S&P 500 closed negative 2.57%. The NASDAQ closed negative 3.04%. The small cap 2000 closed negative 2.90%. I don't think I've seen that bad of a closing in the U.S. in a long time. I don't know. Also, if you go over to the other side of the pond, the DAX closed negative 2.12%, the FTSE 100 closed negative 2.46%, the CAC 40 closed negative 2.76%, and the Eurostoxx 50 closed negative 2.37%. Unbelievable closings. Just taking a beating. I don't say so myself. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. We'll take a look at what's happening here. The Nikkei 225 is negative 2.95%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 2.56%. And the Shanghai is negative 1.50%. The Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is negative 3.48%. And it looks like the Kospi must be on holiday today, as I see it's in red today and there's nothing going on. So that is what is going on in the indices. As far as the counter goes today, my friends, there is no high impact data today. So keeping that in mind, it's pretty much an all technical day. There's very even, we hardly even have any medium impact. We have German CPI month on month, which is medium impact. In the Eurozone, really in London lunch. And in the U.S., we have goods trade balance, which is medium impact. So not a lot of data coming out today to help us get these things moving. We do have one high impact news event. I just found it. We've got CB Consumer Confidence forecasted at 96.1. Previous was 101.5. And that is going to be, that's like 2.5 hours after the markets open in New York. So, yeah, so we have consumer confidence. That is a high-impact news event today. And that looks like about it, my friends. So, commentary. Yeah, really some wild moves in the U.S. session that we've seen, and it's interesting, to say the least. So, commentary is we just got to get through it, and, we need to make our trade plans and stick with our trade plans. And let's get to the charts. I'm already 5 minutes into this. I haven't even got to the charts yet. Okay, this is the euro dollar. I'm bearish in the euro dollar. I don't want to take this to the long side. I want to short it. I want to short the euro dollar. I have no intentions of buying on the euro dollar. So I'm waiting for this to give me a bearish candlestick. I put this in a range here and wait for this breakout. However, I just went and looked at the charts before I started this recording, and this is above the range. This is already broken out to the long side. However, the candle is just started. So we'll see what happens as we enter into the inactive session of Asia right now. So we'll wait for this to pull back into the range and see if we can get a bearish move here and take this to the short side. The other issue that can happen is this can come down to this daily pivot point and bounce here and head back up, right? I don't want to short at the daily pivot point, folks. That's support. And not only that, you have the 200 exponential moving average right underneath it. So I want to short this up here. I don't want to short this down at the daily pivot point. I want to short it from 12.51, and I'll take my profit at 12.17. So we're just going to wait. Let's put your hands under your buttocks and sit on them and just wait for our price to come where we want it and take this to the short side. But we are at a position on the price chart right now to go short. We're just waiting for a candlestick pattern to get us into the trade. Okay, here's a pound dollar. Pound dollar is short, and you can see this is at support. It's still there. I just checked. It hasn't moved at all. It's still down here. It hasn't moved. I'm looking for this to give us a nice 38.2 pullback, 50% pullback to 51.83, and we'll short it from there. If you look left of the chart, you can see that's where price action is really hit. So, this is what we're looking for. At 51.83, we'll short it, take it down to 51.54. I know it's only a 30-pip trade. But my theory on this is, what if it goes up to the 618, right? We've got a daily pivot point up there, and we'll short it from there. And this might break support and just continue down to the S1, which is like at 1540. So, we could take that there to the short side. However, we can't short it here, folks. We're not in a position to take a trade now. We're not in a position to short this. We need this to pull back on us. And we know the pound doesn't like to give us a pullback, but hopefully it will, and we can get in this trade. But at the moment, we have nothing to do. Say hello to the Aussie. The Aussie's on the run when I put my charts on today, and I put a dotted line here, and that's resistance, and I'm looking for a pullback. You can't do nothing when the trains run away, The cruise ship has left the dock, and unfortunately, you were late to board the ship, and, this is on the move, and there's nothing you can do here. You got to wait for a pullback. If this gets far enough down, we're going to end up with a pullback to the S1 pivot and short it from there. Last I looked, this was below this area. It was coming up to this S2 reversal pivot point. So we're not in a position to do anything. We just have to wait for an entry. And I don't think we're going to get the pullback to 69.78. It'd be nice, but I don't know if we're going to get that or not. We might get an S1 entry if it pulls back to that, and then just take it from there. We'll see what happens, but this is definitely a London Open trade. We'll have to wait and get London going and get some price action in here. Okay, here's the Euro Aussie. This thing has just taken off, folks. This thing has taken off to the upside. There's just nothing we can do here. I've put a 16.11 price where I'd like to see it pull back, and we'll just continue it. I have no idea what this is going to do. This bear has been bearish for a little while. Now it's bullish on yesterday. It was an up day. Starting today, just really bullish. And there's really nothing we can do until this stops and gives us some idea of what it wants to do. But if it's going to continue long and we want to take it long, we have to wait for some sort of a pullback, some sort of an entry. We can't take this and enter it at 61.77, folks. That's not going to work. So we need to see what happens here. This is going to be interesting to watch, but I would say we're probably not going to get an entry on this today unless something crazy happens. But this isn't gonna last forever, and it'll come down eventually. But I don't know. Today's going to be tough on this Euro Aussie. Let's take a look at the euro yen. The euro yen, you know, I've been saying it for a long time, is bearish. It continues to be bearish. However, I did take a look at this chart, and this is above now this 200 exponential moving average. Current price is above this, and it's just floating around in here. However, I want to close below this daily pivot point. I want to sell.
Bank of New Zealand will assess.
I want to short the euro yen. I don't want to buy the euro yen, so I need this to come back down here, and we'll see what happens. I'd like to get in at about 134.47, and we'll get out of it at 134.00. It's a nice 45 pip trade, 40 pip trade, and we'll take it down. Don't want to do anything here though. This is too messy here in this with all this price action. You know, Forex junk here, folks. You don't want to be trading in here. And we'll see what happens. This could bounce off of this pivot and just continue to the upside. And you just have to assess that and see if you want to take the long side of this trade. But the bias on the higher time frames from the 1 hour up is to the short side. So we'll see how this works out. But I just want to sell this, right? Just want to sell it. All right, moving right along. Here's the New Zealand dollar. Boy, this trade plan worked out beautifully yesterday. Just came down, went way below our take profit area. Let's see if we can do this again. I'd like to see this pull back and give us an entry here and like 63.10, 6300 pull back, and we'll short it. I know I put a take profit at 62.75. If this pulls back to that yellow line and we can short it, it's going to break through this S2. You know, the old rubber band effect, you know, if you stretch it out long enough and let it go, it's going to go farther. Well, it's basically what we got here. So let's see if we can get this to pull back, and we'll get our entry, and we can get below this S2 and continue to the downside, which would be really nice. So I think this is a great trade. Yesterday's trade plan worked out great on this New Zealand dollar, and gave us a lot of pips. I'm sorry I wasn't in it. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining us on a Tuesday, September 29th, 2015. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Take care, traders. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.